Dear students, from the last two classes we are discussing about drug and alcohol abuse. Already we have discussed about the different types of drugs and the causes for drug and alcohol abuse and about addiction and dependence. In this class we will discuss the last two more concepts about drug and alcohol abuse, that is effects of drug or alcohol abuse and prevention and control of drug and alcohol abuse. First, let us discuss about effects. Effects of drugs or alcohol abuse. Effects of drug or alcohol abuse. The main effects of drug or alcohol abuse. Drugs and alcohol abuse shows two types of effects. One is immediate effect and another one is long-term effect. Drug or alcohol abuse shows two types of effects. One is immediate effects and another one is long-term effects. Immediate effect means soon after drug or alcohol abuse, that individual will show some symptoms. That is called immediate effects of drug or alcohol abuse. First, we will discuss about immediate effects. Immediate effects of drugs or alcohol abuse. Immediate adverse effects of drug and alcohol abuse are manifested in the form of reckless behavior, vandalism and violence. Immediate effects of drug or alcohol abuse includes reckless behavior, vandalism and violence. Means bad behavior and vandalism. Vandalism is nothing but destruction of the public properties and all. Then another immediate effect is excessive doses of drugs may lead to coma and death of the individual due to respiratory failure, heart failure or cerebral hemorrhage. It may lead to coma. Excessive intake of drugs or alcohol may lead to coma, or it may even cause death of the individual, and coma or death of the individual mainly occurs due to respiratory failure, failure of the respiratory system like lungs, damage, severe damage of the lungs, respiratory failure or respiratory tract failure, then heart failure or cerebral hemorrhage. Cerebral hemorrhhage means brain hemorrhage. Then a combination of drugs or their intake along with the alcohol, means intake of drugs as well as alcohol together generally results in overdosing. Intake of both drugs and alcohol together, or intake of drugs along with the alcohol, or intake of combination of drugs usually results in overdosing, and even it may cause death of the individual. Overdosing may cause death. Overdosing in the sense intake of higher dose of drugs or combination of drugs or intake of drugs along with the alcohol may result in overdosing. That overdosing may lead to death of the individual. Then the most common warning signs of the drugs or alcohol abuse among the youth include drop in academic performance. In case of students, intake of drugs or alcohol leads to drop in academic performance. Drop in academic performance or decreases. Academic performance decreases. Means intelligent student or topper may become failure student. Drop in academic performance. Then unexplained absence from school or college. Students who are addicted to drug or alcohol, or who are alcohol or drug abused, keep on bunking the classes in the schools or in the colleges. Then intake of excess of drug or alcohol leads to lack of interest in personal hygiene. One more effect is lack of interest in personal hygiene. Personal hygiene means personal cleanliness, personal hygiene. They may forget to wash their clothes. They may forget to take bath every day. Means they lack interest in the personal hygiene. Then withdrawal, isolation, depression, fatigue, aggressive and various kinds of bad behaviors. They may show, those who are addicted to drugs or alcohol show bad behavior, or they may become aggressive, or they may suffer from the withdrawal, isolation and depression and deteriorating relationships with the family and friends. Individuals who are addicted to drugs or alcohol whose relationship with family and friends destroys. Deterioration means spoilage. Spoilage of relationship with the family and friends. Then loss of interest in hobbies. They lose their interest in their hobbies. Completely they'll addicted to drugs and alcohol, and always they'll think about drugs and alcohol. They'll lose interest in their hobbies. Then change in sleeping and eating habits. Change in sleeping and eating habits. Means they may sleep at late night and they may eat at late night. Like this, their sleeping and eating habits will change. Then fluctuations in weight, appetite, etc. Fluctuations in weight, they may gain weight. And fluctuations in appetite. Appetite is nothing but feeling hungry. In appetite also they may show fluctuations. They may not feel hungry properly. So these are some of the important immediate effects of the alcohol or drug abuse. Then other effects includes, suppose a drug or alcohol abuser is unable to get money. In order to buy drug or alcohol, that individual requires money. Suppose that individual or that person is not getting money to buy drugs or alcohol, then he may show some bad behavior. The adverse effects are just not restricted to the person who is using drugs or alcohol. At times, a drug or alcohol addict becomes the cause of mental and financial distress to entire family and friends. Because of the person who is addicted to drugs or alcohol, his entire family will be suffered. His entire family will be suffering because of his addiction to drugs or alcohol. Those who take drugs intravenously, Those who are taking drugs intravenously. Intra means inside. Intravenously. Inside means through the help of syringes. Through the help of syringes, some individuals are taking or injecting drugs directly into the veins. Through the help of injections or needles, they will directly inject the drugs into the veins, blood vessel, veins. So immediately that drug reach the bloodstream. Those who are addicted for intravenous type of intake of drugs or alcohol, or those who are taking drugs intravenously may suffer or may get diseases like AIDS and hepatitis B. They may get AIDS and hepatitis B. Hepatitis B. Because this is mainly due to the sharing of needles. Sharing of needles with the friends. Suppose in that friend circle, if anyone is suffering from AIDS or if anyone is suffering from hepatitis B, and he'll inject the drug into his vein, and suppose the same needle, a same syringe is used by another healthy individual, then hepatitis B or AIDS disease may get transferred into that healthy individual. Sharing of needle or syringes is main reason for the transmission of AIDS or hepatitis B. Because by sharing of needles, AIDS and hepatitis B gets transferred from one individual to another individual. So these are the immediate effects. Immediate effects of drug or alcohol abuse. Next one is long-term effects. Long-term effects. Long-term effects of drug or alcohol abuse. Long-term effect means it could lead to heavy drinking in adulthood. Means intake of small doses of drug or small doses of alcohol daily from teenage may leads to heavy drinking in adulthood. Means slowly that individual will increase the doses of alcohol or doses of drug what he is taking. The chronic use of drugs or alcohol damages the nervous system and liver. The chronic usage means heavy or intake of heavy doses of alcohol or drug damages the nervous system. It damages the nervous system. Or it may damage the liver or it may cause liver cirrhosis. Liver damage or liver cirrhosis. Then in such individual, liver may become non-functional. That may lead to death of the individual. The use of drugs and alcohol during pregnancy is adversely affect on the fetus. Suppose if any pregnant woman is addicted to drugs or alcohol, or if any pregnant woman is taking drugs or alcohol, that may adversely affect on the fetus. It affects on the growth of the fetus or health of the fetus. Then misuse of drugs. Misuse of drugs mainly by the sports persons in order to enhance their performance. Drugs may be misused by the sports persons, those who are participating in running race or any kind of sports. They may take drugs in order to show more performance, or in order to become more aggressive, more energetic, or to show excellent performance, they may take drugs. And when sports persons are misusing the narcotic analgesics, anabolic steroids, diuretics, and certain hormones during sports in order to increase their muscle strength and bulk and to promote aggressiveness, and as a result they'll increase their performance. Usually sports persons misuse these drugs. Means they will take narcotic analgesics, different kinds of drugs, narcotic analgesics. Means because of taking these kinds of drugs, they may not feel fatigue, they will not be tired, they will be having lot of energy to perform. Narcotic analgesics, then anabolic steroids, then diuretics, and some other hormones in sports in order to increase their muscle strength. These drugs sometimes increases their muscle strength or strength in the sports person and promote the aggressiveness. As a result, that sports person will show better performance. The side effects of the use of these drugs, anabolic steroids in females. Side effects of anabolic steroids in females. Side effects of anabolic steroids in females includes masculinization. It includes masculinization. Masculinization means they are females but they are showing the features like males. Means their muscles are so powerful, it looks like muscles of the males. Masculization means features are like males. Then increased aggressiveness. Another side effect is increased aggressiveness. Then mood swings. Mood swings means change in mood. Then depression, then abnormal menstrual cycle in females. Intake of anabolic steroids or various kinds of hormones may lead to abnormal menstrual cycle. Means they may not get menstruation at regular time or at regular period. Abnormal menstrual cycles. Then excessive growth of hairs on the face or on the body. Excessive growth of hairs, like growth of the mustache or growth of beard-like structures. Excessive growth of hairs on their face of these females or on the body surface of these females. Then enlargement of clitoris and deepening of voice. Enlargement of clitoris. Clitoris is one of the part of the external genitalia of females. Clitoris is a part of external genitalia, female external genitalia. So, enlargement of the clitoris, then deepening of voice, these are some of the side effects of intake of anabolic steroids in females. Whereas the side effects of intake of anabolic steroids in males. Side effects of intake of anabolic steroids in males. In males, the side effects of intake of anabolic steroids includes the development of acne. Acne means small rashes or pimples like. Development of small pimples like or small rashes like on the faces. That is acne, development of the acne. Then increased aggressiveness, mood swings, depression, then reduction in the size of the testicles. Reduction in the size of the testicles in case of males. Then decreased production of sperms. Sperm production decreases in case of males. Decreased sperm production or decreased production of sperms. Decreased sperm production. Then decreased potential for kidney and liver dysfunction. Potential for kidney and liver dysfunction means their kidney or their liver may become weak or slowly it may become non-functional. Then enlargement of the breast in males. Enlargement of breast like females. Okay, it takes place in case of males. Then premature baldness. Falling of hairs causes baldness. Premature baldness means baldness in young stage or in youth. Premature baldness. Then enlargement of the prostate gland. Prostate gland is present in the male reproductive system. It is one of the accessory gland. Enlargement of that prostate gland. And these are the important side effects of intake of anabolic steroids in males. And these side effects may be permanent with prolonged use. Suppose these steroids are continuously taken by the males or females for longer period of time, then we can observe all these side effects permanently, means throughout their life. And in the adolescent male or female, severe facial and body acne and premature closure of the growth centers of the long bones may result in stunted growth. In case of adolescent means adulthood. In case of adolescent means not adulthood, it means teenage. Teenage boys or in girls, development of the acne on the face, then premature closure of the growth center. Due to the premature closure of the growth center, that may lead to stunted growth. So these are the side effects of anabolic steroids in males. Next one is prevention and control. How one can prevent or control the intake of drugs or alcohol. A drug or alcohol abuse can be prevented. It can be prevented and controlled. Prevention is better than cure, right? And this prevention and control of drug and alcohol abuse is important. Prevention and control of drug and alcohol abuse is important for 3 marks. Avoiding undue peer pressure. Preventive measure includes avoid undue peer pressure. Means one should not pressurize the children about their studies or about their performance in other fields. Avoid undue peer pressure means the child personality should be respected and nurtured. The personality of the child should be respected, by the parents, or it should be respected by the relations, or it should be respected by the societies, and it should be nurtured. A child should not be pushed to perform beyond threshold limits. A child should not be pressurized to perform beyond its threshold limits in case of studies, or in case of sports, or in case of any other activities. Then education and counseling. Another way is education and counseling. Education and counseling means educating and counseling to face the problems and stresses. Educating the children or individuals in order to face the problems and stresses, and to accept the disappointments, and failures as a part of the life. Most of the individuals are not ready to accept the disappointments. When they are not at all ready to accept the disappointments or failures, then they may get addicted to drugs or alcohol. So individuals or children should be educated. They should be educated in order to accept the disappointments and failures as a part of the life. It would also be worthwhile to channelize the child's energy into healthy activities like sports, reading, music, yoga, and any other extracurricular activities. Then another way is seeking help from parents. Seeking means getting help from parents and peers. Peers means friends, classmates. Seeking help from parents, relatives, and from the peers. Peers means classmates or friends. Means a lot of help is available in the form of highly qualified psychologists, then psychiatrists, de-addiction or rehabilitation programs in order to help the individuals who are unfortunately got addicted to drugs or alcohol abuse. That is nothing but seeking help from the professional and medical help. Seeking professional and medical help. Professionals and medical help means taking help from the professionals like psychologist or psychologist, then help from the de-addiction and rehabilitation programs. By the help of these things, those who are unfortunately addicted to alcohol or drugs can be prevented or controlled. Seeking help from parents and peers means help from the parents and peers is helpful in order to guide the individual who are addicted to drug or alcohol. Then looking for danger signs. Looking for danger signs. Signs or symptoms. Looking for danger signs means parents as well as teachers should always take care about their kids or about their students. Alert parents and teachers need to look for and identify the danger signs. Always parents should observe their kids or children whether they are showing any kind of different kinds of behavior and all. And in the classroom, teachers should also carefully observe the behavior of the students. If if they are finding out any kind of danger signs or danger symptoms or bad behavior, then immediately they should get activated in order to prevent and to control the drug or alcohol abuse. So this is about prevention and control. This completes the chapter Human Health and Disease. Thank you.